Hello ladies and gentlemen, Duke of Freaks here with another video update on Psychics. This deck does not get enough love by anyone. People need to start working on a better Psychic deck. Since they upped Emergency Teleport to 2, they've gained a little bit of... they've pushed forward a little bit, I guess that's what I'm saying. But not by much. People looked at it, they thought about building it, but they decided against it. I don't understand why. This deck... I built a pretty decent deck. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of my favorite decks. Everyone says it's one of the better Psychic decks they've ever faced. But of course it's probably not the best. And no, this isn't one of those Plant Psychic or, Chaos Psychic decks. This is purely a Psychic deck. Sure, it's got things like Gores and Sangan in it, but that doesn't mean it's not a Psychic deck. I don't splash in other archetypes, I don't splash in other varieties of cards. I try to keep my decks a little more pure than most. So let's just get it started. I run 2 Overdrive Teleporters. It can only be Tribute summoned, it cannot be Special summoned. It's got 2100 attack and 1200 defense, 6 stars. And it's a secret rare. These things were impossible to come across. I had to fight for these things. One of my friends was nice enough to get me them while we were over at the whole regionals over in Seattle. But this guy right here, once while this guy is face up on the field, pay 2,000 life points and special summon 2 level 3 Psychic type monsters from your deck. Which, I actually kind of like combining this guy with a Book of Moon even. If you have a decent field and you still have this guy in the field, you Book of Moon him during your opponent's turn, and then during your own turn, you just kind of flip him face up. Use his effect again. Sure, that's 4 grand life points, but you've literally just spammed the field with so many Synchros, it's not even funny. You've pretty much filled up the entire field first turn with Synchros, just in case something bad happens, you've got another way out. This guy right here, the key to the deck, I don't run 3 because he does clog the hand. I've had this guy in my hand once for a while, he didn't do much. I was lucky because I was facing Dark Worlds, I just Dark World dealinged him, threw him to the grave, and drew a card. But yeah. I run a single copy of Silent Psychic Wizard. Level 4, Earth, most of them are Earth in this deck. He's a 1900 attack, 0 defense, but when he's normal summoned, I banish a Psychic type monster. When this guy is sent to the field of the graveyard, I special summon that monster. It's decent because it's a 19 beat stick, and if I got something in the grave, I pretty much have set up for next turn. Single copy of Reinforced Human Psychic Borg. You don't want more than one of these, I'm guessing. Unless you've built the deck kind of around, really spamming the field with things that you don't need, so you just banish it. This guy is late game material for me. Level 4, Earth. He's got 1500 attack, 800 defense, but his effect is up to twice per turn. You can banish a Psychic type monster from your grave to make this guy gain 500 attack permanently. Unless he's either flip face down or sent to the grave and you special summon him later. Every turn he becomes from 15 to 25, 35, 45, 55. In 5 turns he's automatically up to 6,500 attack, if you have the cards required to do it. This guy's great late game because I do run a lot of monsters. That's the only reason. Triple Hush Psychic Cleric, I love this guy. He's actually pretty useful. I'm not saying he's actually pretty useful. Sorry. Finishing up a text. Girlfriend. Okay. Once per turn you can discard a card, banish a Psychic from your grave. Any Psychic. Send from the field to the grave, you special summon that target. This card is great with use with Overdrive Teleporter. He spams the field. This is your main target in the deck, pretty much. He's got 2100 defense, and when he's summoned, he's automatically switched to defense. I hope I went over everything with him. Triple Espergirl. People only run 1. People only run 2. People like Kribbons. This is my favorite level 2 tuner in the entire deck. If it's special summoned from the banishment zone, draw a card pretty much. Well, when it's sent from the field to the grave, you draw the card that you banished. You banish the face-up card from the top of your deck face down. It pulls off so many moves, helps you keep hand advantage. I've had an entire field of 4 Synchros, including a Barkion Beast, Overmind, and Stardust Dragon, and this card I've still had 4 cards in my hand. Helps so much when you combine it with our Psychic Cleric. Triple Commander. This card is so much better than Mental Seeker. If you need a level 3 tuner, go for the Commander. This card is actually normal summonable. The other one, if you were to normal summon or set it, it would be pretty much completely useless, if you know what I mean. Sorry about that. This one, at least it has a chance because it can lower the attack of the opponent's monster. It's 1400 attack, and when any psychic declares an attack, you can minus 500 from that monster by paying 500 life points. So you attack with a 14 into a 19, you lower their attack, now it's 14 and 14. Or if it's 18 or 17, you beat over it every time. The level 3 tuner of the deck. The big searcher of the deck, Serene Psychic Witch. When it's destroyed, you can special summon any psychic type monster with 2000 or less attack from your deck next turn. What happens is when it's destroyed by any effect, by either your opponent or you banish a 2000 or less attack psychic from your deck. Then you special summon it next, I believe, standby phase. So you also combine that with like Esper Girl. If you have 3 of these on the field and you torrential tribute, you get so many pluses, it's not even funny if your opponent has like a full field. Yeah, that's a great card. It's the Searcher. Toolbox. Beautiful. Okay. Destructitron. This guy is your back row destruction. I don't run too much back row destruction. With this guy right here, he's 1600 attack and he pops back row by paying 1000 life points. It's pretty much as simple as that. I run double Veiler. You know what Veiler does. Gores. And Sangan. This is pretty much the only non-psychic section of my deck. Just because, you know, Veiler's Veiler, Gores saves my life, and Sangan searches pretty much everything in this deck. Next, spells. Double Emergency Teleport. This card right here has saved my butt so many times by helping me get Overdrive off, activate this, get a Hush Psychic Cleric, ditch a level 3. You pretty much synchro spam the field. It's amazing. This guy right here, when you activate it, it's a quick play. You special summon any level 3 or lower psychic from your deck or hand. It's banished at the end phase unless it's in your graveyard. It's just a great card. Psychokinesis pops a card on the field automatically by paying 1000 life points. Well, you don't pay 1000 life points. You automatically take 1000 life points for activating it and its effect working. And you have to control face-up psychic, but it destroys anything. It's just all over destruction if you need something specific. 2 dualities. Just because it's duality, you can actually just set a Serene Psychic in duality that turn. You don't need to special every turn. Even though this deck does a lot of specialing. I threw in a Scapegoat. This card's actually great for synchro summoning. It makes it so those, if you have an entire hand full of spells and traps and you just have an Esper Girl in your hand, activate this, summon Esper Girl, you've got a level 3, 4, 5, and 6 synchro automatically, depending on what you run. Okay, then you have Miracle Synchro Fusion. This card right here, it is for my ultimate Axon Kicker. But if you really don't want to have anything to do with it, you just set it face down, and if your opponent destroys it, you get to draw a card. That's the second effect that not many people actually remember about this. Book of Moon, Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, and Dark Hole. Pretty much staples are here. I don't run MST because, like I said, I have the Psychokinesis and the Destructitron. For traps, I run 2 Overloads. Throw 3 Psychics from your graveyard back into your deck and draw 2. Since there's so many monsters, you can easily just go through cards very quickly, and this is a mini Pot of Avarice for Psychics that just feels right. Double Bottomless Trap Hole, colored thanks to David Lowe, amazing man. You know what Bottomless does? Monster Hate. Double Torrential, Mirror Force, and Solemn Judgment. Pretty much nothing but Monster Hate right there. That's the entire main deck. Now let me get on to the side deck. Or, no, extra deck. I run this guy right now because I don't have a Zen mains. I would probably run 1 or 2 Zen mains if this is right. It's got so many level 3s, it's got so many easy ways to spam them. I could easily build with this deck with Zen mains in it. But right now I just run a Mesorhythm. It pretty much becomes a 3k beat stick when your opponent attacks him. Catastor, level 5, really easy to get out in this deck. It destroys pretty much everything real easily. Beast and Barkion, I probably want to run 2 Beasts or 2 Barkion. I haven't really decided which one I want to run 2 of yet. So yeah, you guys know what Beast and Barkion do. It's negate spells and traps. Brio, just because when you Brio, you pretty much have a full hand anyway, so you might as well just return everything. Useful. Gaia Knight, 2600 beat stick. Landois, monster effect negation. Yeah. Pretty much as simple as that. It's easy to get out. It's just it's the only level 7 I run. I'd probably take it out for Black Rose, I don't know. Stardust Dragon. Red Dragon Archfiend. Then here's the Psychic Synchros. Double Android. Single copy of Nightmare. Thought Ruler Archfiend. And then my favorite card of the deck would have to be Overmind Archfiend. He's a level 9, but he's really easy to get out. 3,300 attack, 3k defense. I mean, you could throw him into defense and your opponent pretty much wouldn't be able to do anything. 33, now all the monsters are pretty much destroyed anyway. But once per turn, you can banish a Psychic from your grave. When this card is sent from the field to the grave, you special summon as many banished as possible. Yeah. And then Ultimate Axon Kicker can't be destroyed by card effects, so you can just attack if they have a Mirror Force and you don't even care. It also inflicts piercing damage and gives you life points. And it's a 2900 beat stick. It's a great card. That was the extra deck. Now here's a side deck. It's just kind of really crappy right now because I haven't really had any build time with it yet, but it's actually missing some cards. Double Side Blocker. Once per turn you can declare a card name, and that card name and its effect can't be activated until your opponent's next turn. I mean, come on. Just say MST. Or if they have Grapha, or Rabbit. It's that easy. This is hilarious for when you face Dark World decks. When it's during your opponent's turn, when this card is sent from the graveyard by effective opponent's spell trap or monster card, your opponent ends their turn immediately. Pretty much the first time they use like a Dark World Dealings, you ditch this, their turn ends immediately. Psychic Wizard. I'll run another Renihim in my extra, or side. Another Veiler. I side in a Neospacian Grand Mole. Just because I like Grand Mole, its bouncing effect is always nice. I do side 2 MSTs just in case there is that, deck that has so many spells and traps it's not even funny. And then double Bribe. I side my bribes, I don't main my bribes. Some of the cards that this extra deck is missing is things like Max C. And I can't even remember what else this side deck is missing. I came up with it one day, but yeah. That was my entire Psychic deck. Thank you for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, whatever you like doing, just do it. Just build your own Psychic deck. Go off of mine, just build your own. I want to get Psychics known out there. Something a little more out there, like I just said. Okay. Thanks for watching, and good day.